we're going to be covering how to set up a test environment to begin using Ansible. There are two main requirements for running Ansible. First, your control machine needs to be Linux based with either Python 2.6 or 2.7 installed. Second, your managed machines need to have Python 2.5 or later installed, or at least 2.4 with the Python simple JSON package present. As long as your control machine and managed machines fit these requirements and you are able to communicate with them via SSH or WinRM, then you should be able to successfully run Ansible. To set up a test environment, we have a couple options. We can either get access to a Linux virtual machine through a public cloud service like Amazon or Rackspace or VMware, or if you'd prefer not to spend money on a public cloud, then I would recommend utilizing Vagrant. Vagrant is an excellent open source tool that we can use to create a virtual machine right from our laptops, and then we can run Ansible from that. To get started installing Vagrant, you first need to have VirtualBox installed on your machine. You would grab the appropriate download package from virtualbox.org/wiki/downloads. Once the file finishes downloading, follow the prompts for the installation to complete. Then download Vagrant from vagrantup.com/downloads. Once that file finishes downloading, follow the prompts for the installation to complete. The installer file should automatically add Vagrant to the environment path, so you'll be able to use this from a terminal window right away. Since this process can take a while depending on your internet connection, I've decided to skip to the finished product. So now we can add our Vagrant boxes. There are two standard Vagrant boxes provided by HashiCorp that we can utilize for our Ansible test environment. First is an Ubuntu 14.04 machine. We create the box by running the commands listed on this page. So the first one, Vagrant init ubuntu/trusty64, and then we run Vagrant up. This process can take a couple minutes. So in my terminal window, I have already gone through this process and just to show you what it looks like when it's successfully completed. The second machine is a CentOS 7 machine that we can create by running the commands listed on this page, which is vagrant init CentOS 7 and then vagrant up. So I'm going to just transition to my terminal window. And as you can see, I created a directory called Ubuntu Trusty 64. And then inside that directory, I ran vagrant init Ubuntu Trusty 64, which created a vagrant file inside this directory. And then I ran vagrant up, which imports the base box Ubuntu Trusty 64. This is how it looks as it goes through the process. And then it'll show that it has completed. At this point, I can now SSH into this machine. Now, if I were to do this from scratch and go over to my other tab here, I could run vagrant init CentOS/7, which creates the vagrant file, and then I can run vagrant up. Now, it takes a while for the box to be downloaded. That's why I wanted to show you in the other tab what it looks like when it has completed. So while that's importing, I'm going to go back over to this tab and I'm going to run vagrant SSH to SSH into the box. And now I'm successfully SSH'd into my Ubuntu Trusty 64 box. Now it's your choice as to what flavor of Linux you'd like to utilize to follow along. I'll probably show both distros in following lessons, but again, it is entirely up to you.